question here. And do you know someone who is LGBT?
Wow. 95% of the folks have voted, and 97% say yes. 3% say no, and 0 prefer not to answer.
Well, Ben, you and I can kind of head home then because the work is kind of done. One of the factors that are there is that when you know someone who's LGBT, it really helps break down the myths and the stereotypes. So that really makes it easier to talk about some of these topics. So thank you for everyone for voting and giving me an idea of kind of who's out there. So we'll kind of jump in here. What we want to try to accomplish today is I'm going to go through real quickly our Building Bridges program, which has been our cornerstone diversity cultural competency training we've done. So I want to talk about the LGBT identity and then talk about a little bit about myths and stereotypes that we may have heard about, be able to talk about those. But the most important part I want to talk about is that impact of that homophobia, biphobia, transphobia on customers and workplace relationships, and then how you can become an ally within the LGBT community and work for workplace equality. So let's start with equality. And I want to talk in general about how we become diverse, and it starts as an inside kind of job. We become aware of differences between us. We start to work to understand other perspectives, and then there's willingness to accept there's not one way, and that's kind of the big step with that. Then we begin to get more involved with an emerging group, and this is not just LGBT, for all groups. In your life and your work, you work with someone, a person of color, a woman, someone who's got a disability, and you begin to see how you can use your position and leverage to make a difference and support their access to the company or the system that you're working in. And we start to then look from a systemic view at things like how do you break down the barriers, how do you get these new employees, how do you write policies and benefits, and how do you